Hello, everyone who is live here with me today. Hello, if you're live with me, all right, can you just drop a comment so we would know you're here with us live? Okay, just few minutes. All right. Okay, good evening to every one of us. I trust we all had a great day today, and thank you very much for being here with me today. I know a good number of us are going to catch a replay of the class today, so thank you very much. So my name is Choma Odikolo. I refer to myself as a renewed parent, a masterpiece, and a work in progress. So you're all welcome to our Facebook Live today. So today we're going to be discussing about an interesting topic, something I've heard, parents talk, something very interesting. We're going to talk about it today. So what are we discussing today? We're talking about the importance of play. A lot of parents will say, my child plays too much. Oh, this child likes to play. This child doesn't want to read. This child likes to play. So today we're going to have this conversation. Why do our children need to play? Is it even important for them to play? So let's go straight right into our conversation of today. So the importance of play in the life of our children. So let's start. So what is play? Now, what is the meaning of play? Play is an essential and natural activity that our children engage in. It's the activity our children engage in right from when they are infants. Play is voluntary. It is self-motivated. It's a self-motivated activity our children engage in for fun and enjoyment. Play serves a very vital role in learning. Yes, play serves a very vital role in learning, and in the development of our children. Play can involve a whole range of activities. It could be physical play, it could be imaginative play, it could also be social play. Play is a primary way our children explore the world. Yes, play is a primary way our children explore the world. It's a way our children use to express themselves. It's a way they use to experiment with ideas. And it's also a way they interact with other people. So play is very important. So as a parent, so we know, at least today, we are aware that play is very important in the lives of our children. So don't be the parent that will say, oh, this child plays too much, this child plays too much. No, it's very important for our children to play. So now, what is the role of play in the development of our children? Now, we must understand that as parents, some people refer to play as the work of a child. Yes, the work of our toddlers, even our preschoolers, their work is basically to play, because it is critical for their growth and development. Play is critical for the growth and development of our children. It is through play that our children learn about the world around them. It is through play they develop their own abilities. It is through play they learn to interact with other people. Play is just a holistic tool that helps our children thrive in life. It helps them in their development. It helps them in their growth. It helps them in cognitive development, in physical development, in social development, in emotional development, and the development of language as well. So we must understand that play is very important in the lives of our children. When our children engage in different types of play, play could be structured play, it could be free play, it could be imaginative play or cooperative play. When our children engage in this type of play, it helps to build the essential skills they need to thrive in life. So play is very important in the lives of our children. Play is very important even in the learning of our children. So as a parent, if you want your child, especially your toddlers, your preschoolers, to do so well in their academics, please allow them to play, because they learn a lot from play. Play will even help them in their studies. Play would even help them in learning. So how can play help our children? We have different ways by which play can help our children. Number one is play help in development, in the cognitive development of our children. Now, what is the meaning of cognitive development? Cognitive development refers to when our children think, the way our children think, the way our children explore the world, the way they figure things out. That's what cognitive development is all about. And play helps in the development of these cognitive, abilities of our children. Play helps to stimulate the brain of our children. Play helps to foster growth and development of our children. When our children get to play, they learn to experiment with different roles, with different scenarios, with different outcomes that help them to learn how to problem solve and that help them to be able to think critically. Now, so we must remember that play is very important. So how can play enhance this cognitive development we are talking about? Number one, through imaginative play. For example, sometimes you find your children, your toddlers or your preschoolers they are pretending to be a doctor, they are pretending to be a nurse, they are pretending to be a policeman or a policewoman, they are pretending to be an engineer. When they pretend, it helps them to understand different perspectives. It also helps them to problem solve, and it also helps them to practice decision making. So imaginative play is very good for our children because it helps in building their cognitive abilities. Another way we can enhance the cognitive development of our children is through introducing puzzles, introducing construction activities like building block for our children, because it encourages critical and logical thinking. It helps our children to be able to plan. It teaches them the cause and the effect of things. It teaches them spatial awareness. A lot of us adults, some people will say, why did I even learn, some people will say, why did I even learn x plus x? 2x is 2x plus y, find x. But the truth is that all those things we learned in school, mathematics is all about problem solving. So the basics, the root of learning how to problem solve starts from this rudiment, these little things our children begin to pick up from play. So when our children play puzzle, when they do construction activities like building block, it helps them to think logically. It helps them to plan. It helps them to understand the cause and effect of things. It helps them to be spatially aware. And those are the things, or those are the skills we need or we use as adults. Another thing, how we can also build the cognitive development of our children is to role play games that foster language development and communication skills. Role play games that foster your children to communicate, to interact. By doing that, you're building the cognitive ability of your child. An example could be when your child plays with building block, they are learning about shapes, they are learning about balance, they are learning about cause and effect, and they also learn how to predict structures. They also learn to predict, okay, will this structure fall? Will this structure hold? They also learn problem solving. So as parents, let's not deprive our children from play, because when our children play, when they use their building blocks, their puzzles, it helps them a whole lot to build the skills they need to thrive as adults in life. Another way play helps our children in learning is that it develops their social abilities. It helps in social development. Play provides rich opportunities for our children to learn and practice social skills. Even when our children are playing with their peers, with their classmates, with their adults, they are building social skills. It helps our children to navigate relationships. It helps them to understand social rules. It helps our children to also understand cooperation and negotiation. You find that a good number of us adults struggle with negotiation. A good number of us adults struggle with communication. A good number of us adults struggle with relationship. We don't know how to start a conversation. You don't know, you're in a conversation, you're talking with someone and you're pressing your phone. A good number of us are struggling with this. Why? Because the foundation foundation was not built. The rudiments was, the foundation was not laid. So as a parent, you know, for you to help your child to thrive with these skills they need in life, because these are the skills they need to thrive in life: negotiation, communication, cooperation. Introduce play, because when they play, it helps to build their social abilities. Now, how can you, or how can we as parents enhance the social skills of our children? Number one, through cooperative play. You know, we should encourage our children to play with other children. We should also teach our children to share. A good number of, you know, toddlers and preschoolers don't like to share, but it's our duty as parents to keep teaching. We should teach our children to take turns. We should teach our children how to resolve conflicts. We should also teach our children how to manage their emotions. And we should also teach our children about empathy. Another way we can help enhance the social skills of our children is through encouraging pretend play or role-playing, you know, pretend games. For example, your children could pretend to be a teacher, they could pretend to be a doctor, they could pretend to be an engineer, they could just pretend to be a particular career. Do you know that when they pretend, it helps to develop their abilities to understand their emotions and their needs? Yes. So another way we can help enhance the social skills of our children is to introduce games with rules. Because when we introduce games with rules, it encourages our children to understand guidelines. It teaches them to follow guidelines. It teaches them to cooperate with other people, to cooperate with other children, to cooperate with their peers. And it also teaches our children to accept perspective. So play is very important because it helps in building the social abilities of our children. You know, for example, when our children play a particular game, maybe they can say, okay, they want to play like they have a store. They want to play a game that says probably, I own a store. Do you know when they do that, they learn how to negotiate? They learn how to cooperate. They learn how to communicate. You know, they also learn how to attend to a customer. I don't know if you've heard a child or, you know, your preschooler or your toddler playing and say, okay, I'm in the supermarket. I'm trying to buy food stuff. I'm trying to get things for the house. Oh, I can see Dr. Jane. Welcome, ma. Thank you for joining us today. You know, I don't know if you've heard your preschoolers discussing, or your toddlers, they'll say, I'm pretending to be in the supermarket, I'm the cashier, you know, we're going to buy things from the supermarket. You know, when they play, they get to learn different rules. They get to learn how to communicate, because sometimes they act like the cashier, sometimes they act like the customers. You know, all these things help our children. It just builds the foundation for them to learn about social development, to learn how to be able to interact in the social space. You know, another way play can enhance the learning of our children is that it helps in emotional development. You know, because play provides our children with a space to express their emotions. You know, it helps our children to be able to express the way they feel per time, and it also helps them to be able to manage these emotions. For example, when our children act at different scenarios, when they, you know, they carry out different scenarios, like when they play, it helps them to be able to express the emotions they feel. For example, when your preschooler or your toddler is pretending to be a doctor or an engineer, or they are pretending to be a parent, you know, you can see the emotion. Or when they are preparing to be the child or the children in the family, you can see the emotion that, you know, that they are trying to pass along, because it helps them to understand feelings. It helps them to understand emotion. It also helps them to understand how they can deal with these feelings and these emotions per time. So as parents, how can we enhance the emotional skills of our children? How can we use play to enhance and to teach our children? Number one, pretend play helps our children experiment with different emotions and experiences in a safe environment. You know, because it gives them an opportunity to express fear, anger, excitement, different emotions. Sometimes you just observe your children when they are pretending. You can see the different emotions they are trying to pass along. You can see sometimes they might pretend that they are sad, they might pretend they are angry. It's okay because it helps them. It's creating this awareness in them that they need to understand that there are different emotions. One, they need to understand the emotions they feel per time, and they need to also understand that there is also a way they can manage these emotions they feel per time. So another way we can enhance the emotional skills of our children is through dramatic play. Because dramatic play offers our children a way also to express their fears, their frustrations, their desires by giving them control over their play narrative, helping them gain emotional understanding and regulation. Children play, sometimes they'll tell you they are doing a drama. Through dramatic play, it's okay. When you see your child trying to do all those things, don't shut the child down. Don't say keep quiet. Don't say go and sit down. What are you even doing? No. It's building something in them. It's helping them to express the emotions they feel. They are acting out drama, it's helping them to express, their frustration, the way they feel per time. So it's very important that as parents, when you observe your children doing these little things that you might neglect, like, okay, this is not important or not relevant. No, it's very important because it's helping them develop. It's helping them build skills they need to thrive in life, because these are the foundation our children need. Another way we can enhance emotional skills of our children is by introducing unstructured play, because unstructured play gives our children time to reflect on their emotions without external pressure, allowing them to develop coping mechanism and stress management skills. For example, when you introduce unstructured play, for example, in the house, you just say, okay, we're playing this game without structure. You just introduce something, you just come up with something. At that point, your child is not under pressure. Your child doesn't even understand the rules of the game, but it just allows them to express themselves. It just allows them to fit into that play at that particular point in time. So as parents, we need to understand that we can introduce different types of play. You can introduce structured play, the one that has the rules. Maybe you're doing a game that has rules. You can introduce unstructured play. You can come to the house, you can start dancing, you can start singing. You can just think of something that is unstructured, where your child is not under pressure, and you just find out that your child will just align. It's very important because it helps them. Now, for example, a child might act out a scenario. Like maybe a child might stuff animals where one character is sad, another character helps to comfort them. I don't know if you've observed some children. They might act out a particular character. They might get two dolls. They might say, this doll is sad, this doll is happy, I'm feeding this doll is sleeping. I don't know if you've observed that in your preschoolers or in your toddlers. It's very important. They are actually playing, and it's helping them build their emotional capacity, because at that point they are able to understand that, oh, this doll is angry, how can I help this doll? This doll is hungry, how can I help this my doll baby? This my doll baby is hungry. It's play, and it's helping them build these skills they need to thrive in life. So when you see your toddlers doing all that, when you see your preschoolers doing all that, don't say keep quiet, don't say go to bed, sleep. No, it's very important for them to do it, because those are the foundation they need to build this emotional ability or capacity they need to thrive in life. So as parents, we should understand that we should not discourage our children from playing, because when you do that, you do your child a disservice. Another way play enhances the learning of our children is that play helps in physical development. Play is very important and crucial in the development of our children, because it helps our children develop both gross and fine motor skills. Play helps our children to explore the environment. It helps them to even build coordination. It helps to build their muscles. So it's very important, because play helps in the physical development of our children. How can play enhance the physical skills we need to build in our children. Number one, gross motor skills. Gross motor skills, for example, running, jumping, climbing. These skills helps to strengthen and improve the coordination and balance of our children. So when you see your child running, when you see your child jumping, don't be the parent that will say, no, stop, oh, don't fall down. Oh, I don't want you to fall down. No, I don't want you to do this. No. What we need to do as parents is to guide them, because when they jump, when they run, it helps to build their motor skills. It helps to build their coordination. It helps to build their balance. They are playing, and it's very important for them to play. Another one is fine motor play. For example, when your child draws, when your child cuts with scissors, when your child just even tearing piece of paper. Most times as parents, we get angry. You'll be like, oh, why are you tearing this paper? You're just wasting the paper. Yes, the child is actually wasting the paper, but it's helping the child build their fine motor skills. It's helping the child build their hands and eye coordination. It's helping the child build dexterity. So as parents, don't be quick to stop your child. Just be observant and see what do I even want to see? What is my child even doing? Just be observant and try to pick out the lessons. It's possible that your child is playing and your child is building these skills they need to thrive in life. Another way, play can enhance the physical skills of our children is by encouraging outdoor play. As parents, please, let's encourage our children to play outdoor, because it improves the physical health of our children. Yes, playing outdoor. Even as a parent, sometimes you observe that when you go outside, when you just get a fresh air, when you just get when you just feel the breeze, you feel better, you just feel okay. So it's very important for us to encourage outdoor play, because it also promotes active lifestyle. It helps our children to understand that, okay, I can interact with my environment, I can come out, I can just feel cool with the environment. It helps to promote active lifestyle. It makes our children be able to understand that, okay, this is my environment. What can I pick? What can I pick from my environment that will be beneficial to me? It's very important we do that as parents. And also, when our children play outdoor, it helps to develop their spatial awareness. So as parents, it's very important for us to encourage our children to play outdoor, because there are so many benefits when our children play outdoor. For example, when you have a preschooler or a toddler that plays on the playground, when they are climbing, when they are, for example, climbing the monkey bars, do you know what they are doing? They are building strength, they are building balance, and they are building coordination. So we can see the importance of play. There are a whole lot of benefits our children get from just playing. Another way play helps in the development or learning of our children, it helps to build their language. It helps in language development, because through play, our children practice verbal and non-verbal communication skills. They expand their vocabulary, and they also improve the fluency of their language. Because this play, when our children play, it provides a safe space for them to express their communication. Because when our children play, they are interacting, they are having conversation, they are talking, they are laughing, they are smiling. Sometimes they even cry while they are playing. All these things help them to build their language. Now, how can play enhance the language skills of our children? Number one, interactive games. Encourage and introduce interactive games. For example, you can tell your child, I spy, or you can tell your child, this game that we do, we say peekaboo, peekaboo, or you can tell your child, can you see me? Or you can do hide and seek. Just introduce interactive games. Introduce games that will make your child to talk. Introduce games that will make your child to have conversations with you. By doing that, you're building the language skills of your child through play. Also, through singing, through playing of rhymes. By doing that, we promote the language of our children. So as a parent, do you sing to your children? Do you play rhymes? Do you dance with them? Because when you do this, you're playing, but you're actually improving the vocabulary of your child. You are actually improving the language of your child. So it's very important for us as parents to understand that we can play, but while we're playing, we're building, we're teaching all these skills to our children. For example, during pretend play, you could introduce new words to your child. When your child is pretending as a doctor, you could ask your child questions. Um okay, as a doctor, do you want to give me my medication? Why do you want to give me medication? Okay, what do you have as a doctor? Why do you want to be a doctor? Why do you want to be an engineer? Why do you want to be anything? Why do you want to be that career you're pretending to be? By doing that, you're having conversation with your child, and in other words, building the language skills of your child. So it's very important for us as parents to keep talking and talking to our children, keep having this conversation, sing with them, dance with them, clap with them. You're playing, but you're actually playing and teaching skills they need to thrive in life. Now, we'll now go through the different stages of play. When our toddlers play, a toddler is a child between 1 to 3. When our toddlers play, when they play, it also helps them to build these skills. It helps them to build their fine motor skills, their gross motor skills, same as our preschoolers. So we should not prevent our children from play. We should not hinder them from playing. When they are playing, we should allow them to express themselves. In fact, we should create the right environment, the right space for them to express themselves. Don't make the environment unconducive for your children to play, because when you do that, you're doing a disservice to your child, because the skills your child is meant to build, you find out that your child will not be able to build these skills because the environment is not conducive for your child. So as parents, it's our duty to create the right environment for our children to play. Then finally, how can we support play as parents? Encourage free play. We should allow our children time for unstructured play. It must not always be structured play. It must not always be play with rules and regulations. Sometimes allow time for structured play, unstructured play, because when we allow time for unstructured play, it fosters creativity. It also fosters, it teaches our children how to make decisions. As I said earlier, we should create the right space. We should create the right environment for our children to explore the world, for our children to play. We should also join in the play. When your child is playing, don't be that too serious parent. You're pressing phone, you're cooking food, you don't want to play with your child. No, you can join in and play with your child, because occasionally when you join in and play with your child, you could even offer new ideas to your child. You could even allow your child to lead, and you can find out that, okay, this my child is a very good leader. What do I need to do to improve, to help my child build this skill I'm seeing in my child? So as parents, let's also play with our children. Don't just allow them to play and you're not interacting with them, you're not playing with them, you're just being serious and doing your own thing. So it's our duty as parents to play with our children. Another thing we can do to support play is that as parents, we need to offer different toys and materials. Yes, it's our duty to look for options, alternatives, and sometimes these alternatives are very close to us. Sometimes we can even create these alternatives. You can create alternative with piece of paper. You can create toys. You can create materials with things around us. So let's create different toys, different materials that our children will be able to play with. Because when they do all this, when they have these different alternatives or different options, it helps them to be imaginative. It helps them to be able to think. Do you get? It helps them to be able to think, okay, in this situation, how can I address this? In this situation, how can I address this? So as parents, let's provide different options for our children. Then finally, it's our duty to always encourage outdoor play, because it enhances the physical development of our children. It also helps our children to be able to explore with the natural world. So allow your child to play. If you have the time, you can take them to the park, you can take them to where they need to play, because it's very important for their development. Now, we must understand that as parents, play is not just a leisure activity for our children. Play is critical. It's a critical tool for the development of our children in all areas. In all areas of our children's life, in all aspects of our children's life, play is a very critical tool. It's very important we introduce play in the lives of our children, because our children need play a lot, especially our toddlers and our preschooler, because they get to learn so many skills. It builds their cognitive ability, their emotional abilities, their social skills, and so many skills that play will help our children to build. So we must understand that as parents, play is very important for our children. For our play is the work of your child. Then finally, a good number of us as adults, even as adults, we even find it difficult to play. It's possible that while we were growing up, we were never taught how to play. It's possible that while we were growing up, we were always told, okay, go and read your book, you don't need to play. No, but as parents, we know better now, so we're expected to do better. We know better that it's very important for us to introduce play in the activity and in the life of our children, because it's critical. It helps them in their development. It helps them to build the skills they need to thrive in life. So please, as a parent, don't discourage play. Don't stop your children from playing. Rather, create the right environment, the right space, the right material, the resources, and everything you need to do to encourage your child to play, because it's very important for our children, especially toddlers and preschoolers, to play. So thank you very much for listening to me today. I believe we've got value. We now know the importance of play, how play is very important in the life of our toddlers, our preschoolers, and our children in general. So I don't know if we've got any comments, any question, any addition on the session today. Please let's drop our comments if we've got any. Okay, I can't see any comments here. Okay, I can see a comment here from Dr. Jane. Don't discourage play as parents. Yes, as parents, we should not discourage play. Okay, I can't see any other comments. So thank you very much for listening to me today. I believe we'll all catch replay of this session so we can learn what to do better as parents. So do have a good night rest. Thank you for listening to me. I do not take your time for granted. Thank you so much. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Becoming the Renewed Parent, and please join our Facebook group, Becoming the Renewed Parent. Do have a great day until we come your way next time. See you and have a good night rest. Thank you and bye.